Hello students, welcome to the class of antenna and wave propagation. In the previous class we have discussed about the coordinate systems and we have already analyzed the different coordinate system, the orthogonal coordinate system, that is Cartesian, cylindrical and spherical. From now onwards we will discuss about some basics of the vector calculus in all these three coordinate systems: the differential length, area and volume. In the Cartesian coordinate system, first we will discuss the differential length. So in Cartesian coordinate system, consider a cube which is in x, y and z plane, having a length dx, dy and dz. This cube is having a length, if this is yx plane, then this length is dx, this is y plane, then this length is dy, and if its height is in z plane, then this length is dz. Now consider a point where initial point here S and a point here say B. If we consider the coordinate of point x, y, z say, then the coordinate of point B can be written as x plus dx plus a comma y plus dy plus comma z plus dz. Now the differential length can be given by dl. Small differential length can be given by in all the three directions, that is in the z direction, in the y direction and in the x direction. The length which vary in the z direction is called dz. The length which vary in y direction is called ay, and the length which vary in x direction is called dx. Therefore, the complete change in length for the given cube can be written as dx into dx ax dx unit vector ax plus dy along is unit vector ay plus dz along is unit vector az. So the differential length is given by this equation in the Cartesian coordinate system. Now the differential surface in the Cartesian coordinate system. The cube, the differential cube which we have drawn for the analysis in the Cartesian three-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system is, has three has a three unit vector or three direction. If we consider this point, then the direction of the unit vector of az is in this direction, and the unit vector is in this direction, and the unit vector is in this direction. So according to this three unit vectors, we have three planes. The planes, the first plane, this which is coming out of the surface of this screen, which is ax, and for ax, if we say ax, we have two variables, that is the length dy. If we consider the surface for ax here in this figure, this surface, in figure A, which we have shown in here, we have only two varying length, the dy and the dz. Therefore, the surface for vector as can be written as the differential surface for vector unit vector as can be written as dy into dz. Similarly, for if we draw a normal vector from this surface in the y direction, so here the surface where along the unit vector ay can be we have written as dx into dz, because only dx is varying and dz is varying. And similarly, for az direction, along az direction we have only two variable lengths, that is dy and dx. Therefore, the surface along all the three directions can be rewritten as dy dz along the unit vector along the direction of ax, dx dz along the direction of ay, and dx dy along the direction of az. So these are the differential surface, three differential surface which can be written in Cartesian coordinate system. Now differential volume. For differential volume, we have three differential length dx, dy and dz. Therefore, if we say differential volume can be denoted by dv, if we denote differential volume by dv, then dv is equal to dx dy dz. dx dy dz. Next, we will discuss these differential length, differential surface and differential volume in cylindrical coordinate system. In cylindrical coordinate system, we get a little bit, the equation is little bit differ from the Cartesian, where for rho we get unit vector rho, which simply get the vector differential length d rho. However, for phi we get the differential length rho d phi. Consider the top view of the cylindrical coordinate system. This is the y coordinate and this is the x coordinate. Now the angle phi is the angle from, first of all take a point P between these coordinates. The angle phi is the angle which is made from x-axis to that point P, and the length of this line from to the point P from the origin, say rho. Now we have this point P and this is the x-axis and this is phi. Now we have radius rho, angle phi, then arc length, then from the given figure arc length is equal to radius into angle subtended, radius into angle. So from this figure we have arc length is equal to radius into angle. So if we say arc length, this arc length bx, so bx is equal to radius is rho and angle is phi. This arc length, say totally it is variable in this the rho is same at here point B and point X, but as the angle increases, the length, this arc length also increases. Therefore we have bx equal to rho into phi. Now for differential angle dBx, the arc length, differential arc length dBx is equal to rho d phi. So for phi we have written the total differential length as rho d phi, and the expression for the differential length in z direction is similar to that of the Cartesian coordinate system. Now again, for the surface, differential surface, normal differential surface, have a look to this diagram to understand the differential surface. This is the cylindrical coordinate system. Here only the first quadrant, the shape of the cylindrical coordinate system only represented in the first quadrant, only single quadrant. So the from the x, suppose a point here, point P, the angle is phi, and the unit vector along z is az, and the unit vector along the phi is a phi, and the unit vector along the rho, the radius of the cylinder, is a rho. In this figure, we have considered a differential surface, cylindrical differential surface, which is the surface is S A B C D, A B C D P Q R S. This is the differential surface. This is the top of the differential surface. This surface, the top face of the differential surface. For the top face, the normal vector is az, and we have the varying length, this varying length d phi, rho d phi, the arc length, and this length, the radius, that is d rho. So therefore the differential surface for unit vector az can be written as rho d rho d phi. Now taking the front surface of the cylinder. The front surface is just like that. This is shown in here in figure A. This figure A, and this surface, the top surface, is shown in here in figure C. Now take the front surface of the cylinder. The normal vector from this front surface is a rho. We have two varying length. The first varying length is the arc length rho d phi, and the second varying length is the differential length along the z direction. So here the surface integral in the cylindrical coordinate system for normal vector a rho can be written as rho d phi dz. Again we have one more surface. This is the side surface, and this is look like something like this. Okay, the normal vector to this surface is the normal vector to this surface is into the plane, that is something like that, a phi, into the plane, because the direction of the unit vector a phi is here. So if we consider this surface, then into the plane. We can consider the back surface also, but for visualization, better visualization, I have taken this front surface. Now here we have a two varying length. The varying length is in the first varying length is in the z direction dz, and the second differential length along the radius of the cylinder d rho. So here we have a ds differential surface written as d rho into dz. This surface is drawn in figure B. So we have three differential surface for cylindrical coordinate system. First is rho d phi dz along the unit vector a rho. Second is d rho dz along the uh, unit vector a phi, and rho d rho d phi along the unit vector az. Now the differential volume can be given by the differential length. The differential volume in the cylindrical coordinate system can be given by the product of the differential length for rho into the differential arc length phi, the differential arc length rho d phi, and the differential length across the z direction. This can be rewritten as like this: rho d phi, rho d phi dz. So this is the differential length along the in the cylindrical coordinate system. The differential length, the differential surface, and the differential volume. Now in the spherical coordinate system. In the spherical coordinate system, we have uh, two major changes. Here we have arc length r d theta and r sine theta. Suppose this is y, this is x, and this is z. Suppose a point P here. Now from x to point P, the angle made is the angle subtended is equal to phi. Now draw a perpendicular or say arc from point to this line and consider a point here, the point P here. Or say point B, another point B. So this is a semicircular arc. Therefore, this distance, if we say this radius is r, then this is also a r, because we are traveling along the semicircle. From this point, we are traveling along the semicircle from this point to this point. That is from B to P, semicircle. So this length r is equal to this length. Here z is equal to r cos theta, okay, and this r, if we this angle made by, if say theta, this angle if we say theta, then this from this line over the point P, the component for P can be written as r sine theta. If we draw the side view of the figure, this is radius r and this is the length, then this component, if this angle is theta from the z direction, and this is point P, This is not a clear visualization of the given diagram. See here, if this is the vector r, then the z component of in terms of vector r can be written as r cos theta, and the p component in terms of r can be written as r sin theta. Since these length are in the different direction, therefore we have to take we have to represent one term in one length in either coordinate system, that is in the in terms of z in terms of r and p in terms of r. So we have p is equal to r sin theta. Now phi. For here we have a differential length in this coordinate system. We have the unit vectors. One unit vector is radially outward to the radius AR. Another unit vector is along this direction, A phi, that is along this direction, A phi, and one unit vector is along this downward direction, A theta. So if we consider same point, this is A phi, this is AR, and this is A theta. So the direction of the AR, A phi, and A theta is represented in this figure. Now for AR, unit vector AR, we have a simple linear length. Therefore, the differential length is dr along the AR. But for r theta, angle theta, if we take normal bottom surface of this differential length, bottom surface, this surface, that is this length, this is the side view of this blue portion. Here this length is along A theta here, and this is say radius r from the origin. Now again along this direction the change in the length is not linear, but it subtends an arc. If we say this angle is theta, then this arc length is equal to again r into theta, this length, arc length. And this arc length is equal to r theta. Now for differential angle d theta, this arc length can be rewritten as r d theta along the a theta direction. So r d theta. Now for d phi. For d phi, consider the front surface of this differential length, which is shown in here in blue color. This is d phi. This length this is another arc length. We have to find the value of this. So making my diagram more clear. Now take the front surface. This is the length. This is the linear distance. Now this is the length. Here the phi is varying in this direction, unit vector phi. This length, which is from the front shown is here, is here, this length rd theta. But this rd theta, this angle is varying along this direction. This angle is varying along this direction. See this front surface. This is for AR. This is rd theta, and this vector is varying along this surface. So from this diagram, the R made the R cos theta component. Z is the R cos theta component, and rho is the R sin theta component at point P. So we consider this surface at this xy plane. So this surface is equal to R sin theta, and this R sin theta varies. That is, this R sin theta varies along a phi direction. So for a phi direction, we have considered R sin theta. And here the differential length is d phi, so d phi a phi. Now for the surface integral in the spherical coordinate system. The differential surface. Consider the first surface, the front surface of the sphere. The unit vector is AR. This is the arc length, which is rd theta, and the arc length r sin theta. So we have, for along the unit vector AR, we have r d theta into r sin theta d phi, which we can rewrite as r square sin theta d theta d phi along the unit vector here. So first equation. Now in the figure second, we have two varying differential length. If we take the side view, that is from, this is the bottom surface of the differential area spherical coordinate system. This is the bottom surface. This bottom surface. So this, in this bottom surface, the normal vector is a theta. So a theta. Here the differential length are dr and r sin theta. Therefore, for the differential length along the unit vector a theta can be written as dr r sin theta d phi. So r sin theta dr into d phi a theta. Now the third case. The third case is the back surface of the differential. This is the front surface, and just opposite to that surface, the back surface. The back surface is considered for the normal vector of a phi, because the direction of the a phi is here, just like that. Therefore, we have considered the back surface. So for back surface, we have dr and rd theta. Therefore, differential length along the unit vector a phi can be written as dr r d theta, that is r dr d theta. along A phi. The third equation. In the spherical coordinate system, we have a three type of differential length. One is linear length dr, and other are uh, curve length, curvilinear length. We have first differential length dr. The other two are curvilinear. The first one is r d theta, and second one is r sine theta d phi. Now the volume integral can be written as dv. So differential volume of the in the spherical coordinate system can be written as the product of these three differential length. One is linear and other two are curvilinear. So dr r d theta and r sine theta d phi, which can be rewritten as r square sine theta dr d theta d phi. So we have discussed in today's class, we have discussed the differential length, differential surface and differential volume in Cartesian, cylindrical and spherical coordinate system. In the next class, we will discuss the differential integration of this line integral, the surface integral and the volume integral in these three coordinate systems. So, thank you.